You've got someone all in their feelings. They're up at night worried about this connection, thinking about you. When the two of you met, the timing was all off. But now, because you're not in their life, they just cannot find joy. I pulled some messages from this person and they want to say, I cry at night, I'm blocked, or they feel like there's some kind of blocked communication or shutdown of communication between the two of you. I wish to be like you. They really admire who you are. They know you're special, so that's why they can't let go of you. And these feelings are getting pretty intense for them. These feelings are eating them alive. And they lie awake at night, I feel like, just wondering, is it truly over? They've been in this state where their emotions overwhelm them and they just don't even know who they are anymore. And when I pull from the traditional tarot, I see a true match here. But the masculine energy is really overthinking this. Because there is just a lot of poor timing going on. And they're healing from some really hurt feelings, some really tough losses. In the overall energy, we've got the Queen of Cups with the Sun reversed. I think they see you as this incredibly intuitive person. The Queen of Cups is the diviner of the tarot. She's incredibly empathetic. She really just has this wonderful on-point intuition. This is feminine water sign energy, so Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces could be important. Doesn't have to be, though. But I feel like this person just sort of sees you as their ideal person, this really empathetic, caring person that they just want to give the world to. But because they've kind of separated themselves from this connection, it's like they're denying themselves their own happiness. And it's because they can't help but overthink in this connection. They get all caught up in their head and they're worried about what you think about them and what's going to happen next and how this love is going to work out because they really just don't feel like now is the time. And this puts them in hermit mode, right? This is Virgo energy, but they just kind of like pull away and hide in their little cave when they get really uncomfortable like this. They're convinced that the timing between the two of you is just off, that this is just not the right time in their life for them to be in a relationship. I don't think this person's learned that there's never a right time. Like, honestly, I hate to kind of giggle at this person's expense, but like, there's never a right time to get serious with someone. There's never a right time to have a baby. There's never a right time to make that next big move that you want to make. But I think this person, they're always looking for like that perfect time, right? They're a little bit of a perfectionist, very Virgo here, but they're a little bit of a perfectionist. They want things to fall just exactly into place. They want to be able to kind of control the situation, and just love's kind of messy and it doesn't work that way. Now, to their credit, it's because they realize they do need to heal from some past trauma. The Three of Swords indicates like a devastation, heartbreak, like laying on the floor crying. Now, in the reverse, this is all about healing. So they feel like, this isn't the right time because they really need to attend to the healing, the loss, the grief of a past situation. But their soul is just screaming at them with the King of Cups here, the true match to that Queen of Cups. The King of Cups is the archetype of the benefactor. Like, this is someone who all they want to do is love. All they want to do is support and care for you. And I think the universe is screaming at this person like, it's time for you to step up and play that benefactor role. So I want to find out a little bit more about their truest intentions at the deepest level, what their next actions are going to be towards you, and get you a little advice about how to handle this situation. But before we get to that full reading, I do have one special card for you. And that's the subscribe card. Subscribe for more readings like this. So I think this person kind of behaved rashly when they sort of left your life. I feel like they left your life very suddenly, and they recognized that they behaved rashly when they did that. And now they are really like, I need to put in the work to this connection, or else I can't even be happy. Because in the overall energy for their intentions, we have the Temperance reversed and the Eight of Pentacles. So the Temperance reversed, this is all about just being like super impatient, right? Not being willing to wait for things to sort of play out the way they're meant to play out, and just being like, I'm just going to rush in and do what I want because I have to have some kind of control over the situation, right? And so, of course, the wisdom advice there is to kind of not do that. Instead, to really just trust the universe, trust that things are unfolding in a way that they're meant to unfold. That that's part of the alchemy of how one thing becomes another thing, how things sort of blossom naturally. And they're realizing that I think a lot of the reason that they were really like impatient with the situation is they didn't want to have to put the work into the connection. But more than that, I don't think they wanted to put the work into themselves. I feel like this person has really been struggling, and I'll show you why, but I think they've been struggling with some addictive patterns and behaviors here in particular. I think that's what we're dealing with when we're looking at them trying to heal over like heartbreak and devastation. I think they've had some failures in their life about dealing with these addictive patterns or behaviors. And this could be really anything. This could be like just trying to lose weight. This could be literally like smoking or drinking or overspending or over gambling. But really, it can be any number of things. I think there's this pattern in their life that they've kind of put in their head, like, I can't actually be in a solid relationship with someone until I heal this completely. And that's not necessarily true. And I do feel like this is someone that is like, I need to stop overthinking this. I need to just get out of my own head, get out of my own way, right? Because I do think they've been kind of keeping themselves up at night, worried, stressed out about, will this ever work out? Will they ever be truly happy? Will they ever be able to be with someone like you who feels like a true match to them? So St. Augustine used to call this kind of thinking incurvato se, turning in on oneself. And it's actually considered within Catholicism a sin of pride. When we are spending too much time thinking about how we appear to others, knowing that we have a lot of weaknesses, but letting the fact that we know we have a lot of weaknesses kind of get in the way of our being able to connect with other people because we're so concerned about what they're going to think about our weaknesses. And I feel like that's a lot of this person's energy. They're just kind of like, what will they think if they know that I have an issue with binge eating, or I have an issue with gambling a little too much, or I have an issue with maybe over like smoking too much. Like they've been very, very concerned about what you'll think of them because they know this is something that's a real problem for them. It is something that they are actively working on too. Like I very much kind of get that energy with that Eight of Pentacles. This is someone that day in and day out, they are truly working towards healing this within themselves. But there's still really a lot of shame and a lot of guilt here. But they are working towards moving past this because the call is just kind of hitting them over the head with the Judgment here, right? They are trying to move past this overthinking, this like just self-absorption and like worry about judgment and keeping themselves up awake at night because basically the universe is not letting them pass go until they do something. Like they really feel like there's a really truly spiritual element, a spiritual connection here between the two of you. And they know that you are the kind of person that they should be with. Like I feel like you guys actually can be incredibly healthy for each other and really support one another with that King and Queen of Cups energy there. Support one another in your healing path, support one another in becoming the better versions of yourself. But I think, it's just been really scary for them to really open up and be vulnerable about what's going on. However, they intend to come forward and talk to you with the Knight of Swords here. They intend to finally listen to this call, quell their fears about being judged, and have an open and honest conversation. Like they know they're just kind of stuck unless you actually talk. Unless they actually open up and be vulnerable here. And it will mean that they have to set some real boundaries when it comes to their dealing with whatever this addictive pattern or behavior is that they are trying actively to move past. Like the Seven of Wands is all about sort of staying in your power, really not letting things sort of knock you off balance, okay? Knowing that if something does knock you off balance, get right back up on that horse and keep riding, okay? And I feel like this is very much about healing this sort of toxicity that's been a part of their life with the Devil reversed here. The Devil is another card that can indicate addictions, just like we saw with like Temperance. It's a card that's definitely about moving past those addictions into a more healthy way of being when we see it here in the reverse. It is really about staying in their power so they can continue to work on what they need to work on. This person, I feel like, can be a little all or nothing. And I think they're learning the lesson of like, it's not really all or nothing. It's just really day by day. It's just really, you take care of what you can take care of in the moment that you have. And this is someone who is consistently doing that. You know, they are trying to move past this, and they don't necessarily have to be perfect to be worthy of love. So far, I think this person has a lot of positive intention. They feel the real strong spiritual connection with you. They are going to be reaching out and having an open and honest conversation with you. They do want to see this as a relationship where each of you can kind of stand in your power and become the healthiest versions of yourselves together. But let's see exactly specifically what they'll be doing next. So it does look like they're going to be taking actions, not just to talk to you, but for a full-on reconciliation here. Because we start this with 2 reconciliation cards. We've got the 8 of Cups reversed, and we've got the Death card reversed. Like, this person did try to walk away from this situation, and they've learned, I think, that they just can't. They just can't. And they felt like this was something that they had to let go of in order to pursue their own healing, and they've learned that's not going to work. It's not going to work. They are just not happy enough without you in their life for that to work out. Okay. And so I feel like this person, they're going to be reaching out and they're going to be telling you, like, I want a full-on reconciliation. I want things to work out between the 2 of us, and I want them to be even healthier than they were ever before, because I want this ultimately lead to our domestic happiness, our domestic bliss, right? So in the overall energy, I hadn't shown you that. We had the 5 of Cups reversed, which is getting over the grief, moving past the grief or the loss of something, and moving towards happiness, moving towards domestic bliss. This can be even a card of marriage, right? So this person, you know, as they're reaching out to you, it is with this message that, like, it's because I think you're my person. And they really are. They're going to open up to you about how they have been on this healing journey, trying to move past, again, a situation that had to do with overindulgence, ingratitude, not appreciating what you have. The 4 of Cups, it's another card of overindulgence like that. Another card of addictive patterns and behavior. Specifically, it could be drinking. Like, they really want you to know that, like, they were just ashamed of what was going on in their life. And they've been on this healing journey, and they've made a lot of progress, but they're not 100% there, right? And when you're dealing with patterns like this, I hate to say you're never 100% there, but it's a consistent lifelong path. It's a consistent journey, right? So anyone who's like gotten the habits of like over drinking, over spending, or over smoking, or overeating, or, you know, whatever it is, it's a hard habit to break, right? And it's an addiction for a reason, right? And you do have to kind of just take things day by day and work on your healing as it comes. And your life can't really stop because you're on that healing path, right? I mean, maybe it has to for a while if things are totally out of control, but eventually you have to say, okay, I've come far enough. I actually want my life to progress in other areas too. And I think that's a very healthy decision. So this person, you know, they're going to kind of share this journey with you. Now, of course, the first question on my mind is like, so when are you hearing from them? I really feel like with the King of Swords showing up as a timing card, we are looking at probably sometime over the next month, sometime in May or June, you'll actually be receiving this communication from this person. And they're just going to kind of unburden themselves, okay? And admit that they were trying to control things that are simply outside of their control before, right? They are willing to surrender to this connection, to what Spirit wants for the 2 of you, because it just makes them happy. It just brings them joy. I think with you, they experience a love and a sense of possibility and a sense of wonder that they haven't experienced before. So let's get you a little advice when it comes to what to do when this person does kind of reach out. So first of all, Spirit is emphasizing to you that you want to maintain a strong spiritual practice, a strong connection to the universe, to God, and keep yourself very grounded and really kind of trust what your instincts are telling you in regards to trying to renew and heal this partnership. This combination at the beginning of the advice is pretty positive, but it is telling you if you do start seeing red flags, don't ignore them. Listen to what your heart, what your gut is telling you. Then we have the combination of the Five of Wands reversed with the Death card reversed and the Five of Pentacles reversed, okay? So I feel like the advice here is all about if you're going to welcome this person back in, if you're going to let them in from out of the cold, if you're going to try to reconcile fully with them, make sure things stay very low drama between the two of you. You know, I feel like drama is going to be a signal that maybe this isn't so good. But as long as things are kind of going smooth, the two of you are just having fun, you're enjoying one another's company, then yes, reconciliation could be incredibly wonderful. But don't put up with the same old nonsense, okay? That's what I kind of feel like I'm getting here. Don't ignore red flags and don't put up with anything. If this person put you through stuff before, you know, was mean to you in any way, said rude things to you, cheated on you, or did anything really to hurt you, if you start seeing any kind of red flags or signals that something like that might be going on, you're going to have to call it out and call it out directly. And you might even walk away. You might even call off any kind of reconciliation or letting this person back into your life, because while Spirit's saying, yes, this person really is trying to change, yes, a reconciliation is absolutely possible here. It's got to be one where this person continues to be very consistent in what they've been doing and staying very low drama, staying very grounded. And I feel like you've been through kind of a journey yourself too, where Spirit's saying, like, as long as the both of you can kind of behave, then yes, this can work out. Because we have the possibility for a brand new, happy, exciting beginning here with the Fool, right? He is ready to take that leap of faith, really jump out off the precipice and into something new and glorious and an adventure. We also have the Ace of Wands. So this has, the potential for a lot of passion, a lot of excitement, and just a very spiritually aligned connection. But again, with the King of Swords, again with don't lose your head. Make sure you're being very, very logical about this connection, about this new beginning. Even if it is passionate, make sure you're using your mind as well. Okay, make sure you aren't putting up with any nonsense. You are keeping your boundaries up where they need to be, and that the both of you are proceeding very healthily and happily along. Now, in the extended version of this reading, I'm going to pull some charms for confirmation, grab more messages from this person's conscious self as well as their subconscious self, more that shadow side, and find out what the ultimate outcome of this connection might be on the highest possible timeline. If you'd like to join us for that extended reading, please do join the channel by going to the link in the description box or in the pinned comment. If not, I hope you'll stick around for this next reading right here. And thank you so much for being here today. I so appreciate you. If you enjoyed the reading, please do like, please subscribe. That's a huge help to this channel's growth. And you have a wonderful, beautiful day. I'll see you next time.